Okay, next thing we're going to look at is chlorine in the water. If anybody has a pool or a hot tub, they're probably familiar with this. This is basically just a chlorine tester. It indicates how much chlorine is in the water. We're going to use the same kind of thing to test for chlorine in the water from the sink. So we're going to add a little water to this side. And we're going to do the same thing. This is a chlorine indicator. We're going to add it to this over here. And basically, however dark the water gets as far as yellow, that tells you how much chlorine is in the water. We're going to compare it to this little chart here. That looks like about 1.5 parts per million. That look about that color, matching that up. If you can see that, don't know if you can, but that 1.5 parts per million is about the same darkness of the yellow. What that indicates is that's how many parts per million of chlorine is in the water. Again, this is a pool tester, and on the side of it there, it reads ideal. Can you see that? So that means it has a perfect amount of chlorine for the water. That's the perfect amount of chlorine for a swimming pool, because it's a swimming pool tester. So what's essentially coming out of the tap is the perfect amount of chlorine for filling up a swimming pool. You wouldn't have to add anything else to it, and you got pool water. If you probably wouldn't go to your neighbor's house and get a cup of pool water and drink it, but essentially that's about as much chlorine as what you've got. Chlorine is a necessary evil. It's got to be there. Millions of people would die every year from dysentery and all kinds of other nasty diseases if the chlorine wasn't there. But the ideal thing for it to happen is for the chlorine to be in the water all the way up until you get to your house, and before you use it to shower in or drink, it be pulled out, because there's some great things about pulling that out before you do any of those kind of things. And we'll talk more about that in just a couple of minutes.